On a quiet street in a small coastal town, there stood a charming little cottage with weather-beaten shingles and a garden overflowing with wildflowers. This was the home of Eleanor and Henry, a couple who had spent nearly 6 decades together. Their love was the kind that seemed to have been pulled from the pages of a fairy tale, growing deeper and more vibrant with each passing year. Eleanor had met Henry in the summer of 1965. She was a spirited young woman, full of dreams and laughter, while Henry was a quiet and introspective artist, always with a sketchbook in hand. Henry, noticing her interest, shyly approached and introduced himself. They talked for hours that day, discovering a shared love for the sea, art, and the simple joys of life. By the time the sun set, they knew their lives would never be the same. Over the years, Eleanor and Henry built a life together filled with love, laughter, and creativity. Henry continued to paint, often using Eleanor as his muse. His studio, a sunlit room in their cottage, was filled with portraits of her at various stages of their life together, Eleanor laughing, Eleanor deep in thought, Eleanor with their children, and eventually, Eleanor with their grandchildren. Their love was not without its challenges. There were times of struggle and hardship, but they faced them together, their bond growing stronger with each obstacle. They learned the art of forgiveness, the beauty of compromise, and the strength found in vulnerability. Henry began to paint, capturing the essence of the moment, the way the setting sun cast a warm glow over the water, the gentle breeze that rustled Eleanor's hair, and the look of contentment on her face. As he painted, they reminisced about their life together, the adventures they had shared, and the love that had carried them through it all. As the sun dipped below the horizon, Henry put the finishing touches on his painting. It was a portrait of Eleanor, standing by the sea, the light of the setting sun illuminating her face. It was, he thought, the most beautiful painting he had ever created. Eleanor looked at the painting and then at Henry, tears glistening in her eyes. "It's perfect," she whispered, leaning in to kiss him softly. In that moment, surrounded by the beauty of the world they had built together, they knew that their love was timeless. It was a love that had weathered the storms of life, grown stronger with each passing year, and would continue to shine brightly, like the lighthouse in Henry's painting, guiding them home. Years later, after Henry had passed away, Eleanor would often visit the beach where they had spent so many happy moments. She would sit by the sea, feeling his presence in the wind and the waves, and remember the love that had defined her life. Their story was one of old love and enduring, everlasting bond that transcended time. And in the little cottage with the wildflower garden, their love lived on,